Hello, the doc is in, and welcome back to another chapter of Chainsaw Man, chapter 123 or 123, Hors d'Oeuvre. I may have said that wrong. I assume it's French. We will get to why there's French words in here later. And yeah, so last chapter, basically we have Yoshida and Fami meeting for the first time. It goes interestingly. We get revealed the prophecy of Nostradamus, I believe, and we basically find out that the whole world's gonna end fairly soon. And Fami's like, well, just so you know, it's true, I am moving in correlation to this prophecy, and a very truly terrible devil has been incarnated into the human world, right? Then we cut to Asa, and basically that this apartment building, a bunch of people start jumping out of the building, and this big presumably devil creature appears, and Yoru's like, we can't fight that, and runs away. And that's all for that chapter. Now let's get into this chapter. All right, so chapter starts off, right, we're seeing the devil get its head off somebody else's body. You know, Chainsaw Man, the body horror. So he just pulls the head off, and the hands from the body, right, holds the head, and the head starts talking, though the head is not connected to the rest of the body. They're just holding the head. It's kind of wild, but it's also pretty cool. Anyway, so the devil like starts talking, and it's basically like, what? Hold on, I look crazy. Let me go get some clothes on. A whole bunch of doors whoosh by. Next thing you know, it's fully dressed in proper attire to be a chef. Not only that, but they not only are dressed as a chef, but then they proceed to say like, oh, I will be your chef tonight, which is kind of wild. Then they double down, and they're like, my name is the Falling Devil. What? Okay, I mean, all right. And then it proceeds with something that's really interesting that we'll talk about in a little bit. I'm visiting at the request of residents of hell. Excuse me? It's only devils down there. What do you mean request? And basically the devil's like, well, I'm preparing the food. It might be deadly, but you know, it's okay. Tastes good. And Yoro/Asa, they're running, right? And Yoro's trying to convince Asa like, hey, you need to get your shit together, right? You're feeling a lot of negative emotions, like shit's not going well. The devil, so I'm gonna begin cooking now. All right, guys, it's gonna be really good. I'm making my hors d'oeuvre. No, I want to say it in like hella English way. Hors d'oeuvre la route vanilla. Again, I'm not French. There's nothing I can do for you on that part, right? And Yoru, right, like I said a second ago, Yoro's trying to convince Asa to like get her shit together, because Yoro's basically saying like, hey, you're the one who can make the really strong weapons because you actually have emotional connections, which makes the weapons stronger when you turn them into weapons that only work once. So you're gonna need to throw hands with this guy, so you're gonna need to get your shit together. And clap. Flashback. All right, we're in the past. We see Asa, all right, where she's in this house. I'm gonna kind of cut through this flashback section because not a lot to discuss. Effectively what happens is that this is back when she's in an orphanage after her mom dies, right? And like there's this caretaker, right? The caretaker is like, let me take your cat to my friend's house to be with other cats. Asa's like, hell no, I'm not trying to give you this cat. This is my bestie. And the lady is basically gaslights. I say gaslights because of what's about to happen, which is gonna piss me off. But basically she's like, you know, it's not good for you to only be friends with a cat. You need to make friends with the rest of the kids here, because all the other kids have a new family through these other kids who have lost their other family through devil situations, right? So if you want to connect with them, you're going to need to let the cat go. And also the cat might feel sad because he doesn't have cat friends to be with, you know? And basically Asa's like, you know what? I got you. His name is Krambon. Yeah, Krambon. And gives it to a lady and is like, take good care of him. Make sure he sees a good place. And the lady then, God, we cut away. We cut some time. It's nighttime, right? Asa's sleeping. Asa wakes up. Kid's like, hey, whatever happened to your cat? Because, when we were playing down by the river, somebody said they saw a cat that looked like yours at the bottom of the ocean, bottom of the river. Then the lady caregiver walks in perfect timing, right? It's like, go to sleep. And Asa's like, is Kurumban okay? The most eye contact, followed by everyone here lost their family. You can't be the only one with a family member. Isn't that unfair, bro? Oh my god, the pain I'd feel, and the fact that I'd have to murder this woman, but the pain I'd feel, oh my god, I'd be no wonder she has a terrible time with people. After this kind of situation, I'd be traumatized for the rest of my life. Jeez. Anyway, we cut back to real time, right? And Asa screaming and she's fallen, right? And she grabs this pole and it's like, wait, falling from where? She was just on the street. Cut. Her world's turned upside down. And some people are just standing there looking at her and she's just falling up, right? Well, not falling anymore because she grabbed the pole, the guard railing thing, right? But basically a lot of people are just kind of going up into the sky and disappearing. And then we cut to my personal localization name, the Chef Devil, is basically like, well, the lower your heart sinks, the higher the body falls. That's the concept of this dish. May the flavor of the past traumas delight your taste buds. And basically what this means is that the more depressed you are and have the worse your backstory is, the higher you'll fall up into the sky. The higher you fall up in the sky, the closer you're gonna get to this door thing that you're just gonna fall through. And when you go through this door, you're gonna disappear, presumably die, possibly go to hell, which is objectively worse. But anyway, right? So this is what's going on with Asa, and basically with her whole traumatized past and all her guilt and stuff. She's basically like super speeding towards the sky. Unless if she lets go of the pole thing, which she's not going to. Anyway, that's the end of the chapter, and Yoro's basically like, oh, by the way, I can't take over your body because you're stressing out, so I'm gonna need you to chill out. End of chapter. Good chapter. Very nice. Totally did not expect the falling devil. That was an expert level twist in terms of like what the devil was, because obviously everybody was just like, it must be the death devil. And now look at us, the fallen devil, which people are saying is probably a primal fear, similar to like the darkness devil, fall devil, right? I don't know that for sure, but it would make sense, because if we presumed the last time that the devil coming up was the death devil, it only makes sense that this is probably a devil on that level, just not that one, because I mean, not that devil. So here we are. And what an interesting way for them to act. I mean, because it kind of goes in line with this kind of flamboyantness of these primal fear devils, where darkness, obviously we didn't get a lot of personality, but like the idea, or like how the darkness devil kind of presented itself and like the way it kind of went about things was so different from like a regular devil, where they just kind of like animalistically try to eat its enemies. It was kind of like, it kind of popped up and like it did damage, but it didn't do damage in like a I want to say consistent, but that's not the word I'm looking for. But basically it's not doing damage in like a usual kind of way. Like it got rid of everybody's arms and stuff, right? Like, yeah, that fucking sucks, but that's not a normal way of attacking. Similarly with the falling devil, where it seems like it has like a chef thematic, so it's like, oh, I activate this level of falling, and this is how like my ability works, but the way I kind of operate it and the way I conceptualize the fact that I'm using my ability is not something as simple as like, oh, I just make you trip and fall and you die. It's like, no, you're gonna fall upwards because of your because of your past traumas. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. It gives it a little bit more. Also, Chef Devil. I know it's not his name, but Chef Devil. Come on. That's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. Anyway, that's kind of it. Her backstory, sad. I feel bad for the cat. Side note, because we mentioned the cat, there's a possibility that the cat's body is used as a weapon to kill the devil. It almost only seems right just because this is what's caused Asa to then start plummeting towards the sky. So that would be interesting, but we'll kind of see. It's probably also partly defeating this devil probably will have Asa like do some little bit character development, which I'm all excited for. And I think that is about it for this chapter. With all being said, thank you for watching the video, and the doc is out.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and watch the videos on the right. Other than that, the doc is out. Bye.